Good evening. It's great to be with all of you tonight, and I hope you enjoy every song that we're going to be able to bring your direction. And thank you so much for coming up. Why don't we give Murna and the ladies a big round of applause for providing wonderful sandwiches. Really fantastic. I think you'll recognize this song as I begin. Did last week, and so we're going to give this a shot here. Shall we gather at the river? So if you want to come in on the chorus and hit some parts or harmonies, that'd be fantastic. Shall we gather at the river?
Flowing by
reach the shining river. May we every burden down. Grace our spirits will delay and provide a home underground. Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God. Soon we'll reach the shining river. Soon our pilgrimage will cease. Soon our happy hearts will quiver with the melody of peace. Yes, we'll gather at the the beautiful. Gather with the saints at the river that flows from the throne of Did you remember that from last week? Those who were there? All right. Now we're going to have Bob do a couple of songs. I think that's on here, so my goodness. Let's give Bob a big round of applause for coming here. Beautiful songs. Let's enjoy the next couple of songs. last May, my wife and I, my wife's sitting in the second row here. This is my wife, Tony, 37 years married. And you clap this. Amazing thing happened is that our daughter went into labor, and we had our first granddaughter, Mackenzie Ray. So just for a little picture, this is her. If you can see that, make sure that's it. And she's just a big lump of sugar and love. Oh, it went off. Look at that. There you go. All right, there you go. See that all right? So I sing this song kind of partially to my wife, but also I sing it to Mackenzie. Just had her yesterday for 24 hours and watched her enough. We need some sleep tonight, but it's all good. It had to be you. I said it had to be you. I wandered around, I finally found somebody who could make me be true, could make me be so blue, or even be sad just to be glad thinking of you. Some others I see, they might never be me. They might never be cross and try to be boss. 'Cause that ain't gonna do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. It had to be wonderful you. It had to be Next song comes to us through the vocalist Tony Bennett, who is 95 years old. And not doing that well health-wise, but still has a song in his heart. And you can think for a moment, I was the youngest of 6, and sadly, one of my brothers had a heart attack at 48 and passed. And so I was called in to do the memorial and celebration of life and asked to sing a few songs, and this is one of them. And it was one of my dad's favorite songs. And so I hope it brings some fond memories to you. It brings a little bit of mixture with me. Great joy that I'll see my brother again someday. But then also, just to make sure that in this time of uncertainty and fear, we still can smile and hold that joy in our heart. There are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fears and sorrows, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still still worthwhile if you just smile. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Another Tony Bennett. Get ready for a beautiful song that he made famous, and I enjoy this one. My dad actually recorded this song on 45. How many remember a 45 record? That's right. We remember records. But amazing to be able to listen to him singing this, and he was about 28 years old, and had maybe one or two of us already. And a pretty cool memory for my family, so enjoy. Because of you, there's a song in my heart. Because of you, my romance had its start. Because of you, the sun will shine, the moon and stars will say that you're mine forever and ever to part. I only live for the love and your kiss. It's paradise to be near you like this. Because of you, my life is now mine, and I can smile because of you. Because of you, the sun will shine, the moon and stars will say that you're mine forever and never to part. I only live for your love and your kiss. It's paradise to be near you like this. Oh, because of you, my life is now worthwhile, and I can smile because this brings back great memories for me. I don't know if it does for you, but very precious moments in my life that very good to remember. Mona Lisa, men have made you. You're so like the lady in the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have laid you? Or and your smile. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely work of art? Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. We're going to hear a couple of more selections from Bob Weiber, so let's enjoy. It's fantastic, the first two, so looking forward to hearing it again. Murna asked me to sing this next song, and I think probably every tenor probably trembles a bit when asked to do certain songs. And this was classically done by Mario Lanza, and one of my favorite tenors of all. So I'm going to give it the best shot I can. So here we go. Ah, sweet mystery of life. Did I turn a couple of shades redder? A couple of high notes, right? I feel it. I feel the blood pressure kind of going, here we go. But some of you had to be praying because it went all right. So, a beautiful song called Danny Boy is in the book, and we'd like to do it for you. Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. and all my dreams grow warm and sweeter. If you'll not fail to tell me that I'll simply sleep in peace until you come to. Judy Garland made this song famous and done by many artists, and a little stylistic on this, and so give me a little liberty on it, just in reference to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. great story behind this song to inspire all of us. There was an auditorium built in Las Vegas for Celine Dion. Anybody know Celine Dion? When an auditorium is built for you, it's kind of like you've arrived, right? You're at the premiere of your career. But the opening night, David Foster, who was conducting and so on, they had to go through a week of rehearsals. And Celine Dion had asked Andrea Bocelli to come and sing with her. And so he flew in and they were rehearsing for a couple of days, and in the flight he had started to get sick. And sure enough, he got sinus infection, he got bronchitis, and he couldn't sing, and it was going to damage his voice. And so David Foster said, let me make a call. And so he called this person, and he said, hello, this is David Foster. And the person on their side said, right. Really? And he said, no, this is David Foster. I'm not going to tell you who he's talking to. He said, I want to have you flown out to be able to fill in for Andrea Bocelli and sing with Celine Dion in Las Vegas. So after potentially he fainted and then got back up on the phone, he reluctantly agreed. Didn't know the songs, and so he had them written out, and he even tells a story that he was shaking on the way to the airport, shaking in the airplane, and even landing in the limousine, picking him up, shaking, even going to the stage door. Well, they get to the stage door, and security looks at him and says, you're not coming in here. I don't care what you say. Well, David Foster got the call that he'd arrived and made a call to the security stage door person and said, listen, this person's supposed to be here. And he said, well, there's a person here. I don't think this is the person that, he looks like he's 12 years old. He says, that's the guy. Get him in here. And so sure enough, you can imagine this young man coming across the stage, and Celine Dion was on the other side of the stage, and she saw him, and they hadn't met, but she knew it was him. And so she came across and met in the middle, gave him a huge hug, and said, I'm so thankful that you're here, and that I'm able to sing with you. Humility. Thank you so much for being here. David Foster's song that jumped out of the orchestra pit, came up and gave him a handshake and a hug and said, man, I believe in you. You're going to do absolutely amazing. I know it's scary. You're going to do all right. Sure enough, they practiced and rehearsed and practiced and rehearsed and seemed to be fairly ready, and everything went well. And in the dressing room that night, Josh Groban receives a card from Andrea Bocelli. And it says, I want to thank you for coming to my rescue here. I will be praying for you, that you'll sing to the moon. And thank you again for being here for me and for Celine. Have a fantastic show. I'm sure you will. Signed, Andrea Bocelli. Now that's a great story, right? Isn't it, about Andrea Bocelli, Celine Dion, David Foster, believing in a young man who was shaken in his boots throughout that whole performance. We're going to take some notes, shouldn't we? But we too can lift people up. In their time of need, in their time to shine, in their time in the zone. Even when it's time for them to fail, let them applaud them in that step of faith. And trust that things will get better. In that setting, he did remarkable. It soared him to the top. And 2.5 years later, he came out with this song called You Raise Me Up. So, whoever may need to be raised up tonight, I hope in some way our music can do that. And if there's someone that you can think of, that you can do that this week, make the call, text, write a card. Maybe say, hey, I wouldn't have done life as well without you. Thanks for being my sister, my brother, my friend, my boss, whoever it may be. And just watch what happens in that moment. It becomes miraculous. So this song goes out to all of us. I hope that we feel lifted up tonight. And it's called You Raise Me Up. Down and oh, my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burns, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while. Murna, Hansemann. I hope you enjoyed the dinner and also the wonderful music. And if you want to close us in a word here and just say, or any announcements that you may have, and I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Other than to thank you all, especially our guests who came tonight. It was wonderful to see new faces, and I know you're glad you came. Really. And we've had some wonderful music here, and Jeorge, and Murna, the accompanist par excellence. I know that there wasn't a lot of rehearsal time, and this was fine. This was really very, very fun. So thank you all for coming. Have a happy